Jude, starting in verse 11. Woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran.
All praises to the Most High. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, whom some call Sophia, and our brother Yahweh Shah. Now, Mishpachah, notice how this heathen didn't deal with any of the points presented. He ran right to another part of the book, the only book that he reads, and starts to make false accusations. Well, woe to them, basically, who went the way of Cain. And we know Cain was a murderer from the beginning. So it's not about color. It's about spirits also. Who has killed and slaughtered more people than anyone on the planet? The Edomite. So he's still trying to push that universal salvation and didn't touch any of the points that we brought forward. So let's go to the second revelation of James. Now, this is James having a talk with Yahweh Shai about salvation. And notice how he put up those black Hebrew Israelite, still calling us a byword, but that fool won't deal with prophecy. He won't deal with Baruch 2:30 about us waking up in the lands of our captivities. He won't deal with all the proof that the northern kingdom was here. Now, he'll admit that the northern kingdom of Israel was here, but he won't admit that it's us. See, he won't do that. So let's read. I saw from on high those who came into being, and I have explained how they came into being. They were visited while they were in another form. While I was watching, I recognized that those I know are like me. In the presence of those who came into being, they will depart. For I know that everyone who was forced down to this place will come to be like little children. I want to give them a revelation through you and the spirit of power, and the spirit will give revelation to those who are yours. And once again, Hamashiach said he only came for the lost sheep of the tribe of Israel, Yasharallah. And through you, those who wish to enter may go through a good door. They turn around, that from now on they may walk on the path which leads before the door. They follow and enter, and you accompany them inside and give each of them a share of the reward. Now we know once again the reward. Who's promised a reward? Israel, Yasharallah. Now this is the point. For you are not the deliverer nor a helper of strangers. For you are not the deliverer nor a helper of strangers. You are an illuminator and deliverer of those who are mine. And now those who are yours, you shall give revelation, and you shall bring good among them all. You, they shall admire, because of all your miracles. You the heavens bless, you he shall envy, who call himself the jealous one. You, those who live in forgetfulness, are instructed in things with you. Because of you, they will be taught about these things and come to rest. Now, who's promised a rest in the scriptures from going through all their hardships and turmoil? It's not Christians, because they're the ones who afflicted the saints. Because of you, they will come to reign and become kings. Now, who's the nation of kings and priests? Once again, Yasharallah. And who's going to be put in fetters of irons? The kings of the other nations. Because of you, they will come to reign and become kings. Because of you, pity will be taken on those to be pitied. And you are the first who clothed yourself, so also are you the first who will strip off your clothes, and you will become as you were before you took off your clothes, as a babe. Because when you come into this world, you come into this world with no clothes, naked as a babe. We keep telling these heathens that wherever they go, it has nothing to do with them. So the precepts he's pulling, he's basically condemning himself. Now let's go to the second discourse of great Seth. It was a joke, I tell you, it was a joke. The rulers do not know that all is an ineffable unity of the undefiled truth, like what is among the children of light. They have imitated it, and they proclaim the doctrine of a dead man. That doctrine of a dead man keeps coming up, along with false teachings that mock the freedom and purity of the perfect assembly. In their doctrine, they bind themselves to fear and slavery in worldly concerns and improper forms of worship. See, they're slaves to Mystery Babylon. That's why they love the world. You know, prosperity gospels and all of that madness. For they are ignorant and of no significance. You are nothing. They do not accept the nobility, once again, that priesthood, the nobility of truth. They hate the one to whom they belong, and they love the one to whom they do not belong. They do not have the knowledge of the majesty that is from above, from the fountain of truth, and not from slavery, jealousy, fear, and love of the material world. Boldly and freely, they make use of what is not theirs and what is theirs. That sounds like a colonizer. They do not covet because of their authority in their law that addresses what they desire. And those who are without the law are in dire straits, but the law is done away with. They do not have it, and they still desire. The people misled folks who through them resemble those who have the truth of their freedom, so as to place us under a yoke and coerce us with anxiety and fear. Now, who was under a yoke? Who was under anxiety and fear? And this fool is talking about a tribulation. One person is subjected to bondage, another is controlled by the Most High through threats and violent force. Noble people of the fatherhood, however, are not controlled, since they control themselves by themselves without command or force. They belong to the thought of the fatherhood, and they are one with their will, and the fatherhood may be perfect and inexpressible through the living water. So the more we read, the more the additional writings condemn Psalms 83. And it uplifts the Most High's people, the nobility, the nation of kings and priests. I don't know why these fools keep trying. Our history has nothing to do with them. All praises to the Most High. Shalom.